Good morning, traders. It is Tuesday, April 15th, and I'm going to give you a quick game plan for today. In my Sunday video, I gave you a really nice trade. It was HIMS. I had mentioned to you that the stock looked really strong. It was finding support. Stock has been moving higher. Yesterday, I was able to sell the $23 puts. Those are the April 25th expiration. The $23 puts for 50 cents. Yes, I only did one contract. I don't want to muddle around in your market. So this is a really nice trade, and you can see that the stock is continuing to move higher. Those options are 20 cents bid, offered at 23. Here's what the stock is doing right now. It's all the way up to $29. I didn't need a big rally, but that's certainly going to give us much more cushion, and I'll take it. Now all of a sudden, I'm almost $7 out of the money on that trade with a week and a half left. These are the types of opportunities you should be looking for. So let's take a look at the market real quick. Let's go into a daily chart. What has the market been doing? Chopping all over the dang place. This resistance level at 550 on SPY, I believe is going to hold. I'd like to see a nice gradual little grind up to that level, and then I'd like to see the market stall out. As that happens, option implied volatilities are going to collapse, and we'll once again have an opportunity to consider buying put options for longer term bearish swing trades. But right now, we're selling that expensive option implied volatility on stocks that are relatively strong. We've got earnings season coming out. The banks are dominating the scene right now. Not a whole lot going on in earnings this week, but they will crank up next week. Tomorrow we have retail sales. That'll give us some insight on consumers. Tariff news. That's what's driving the market right now, and we're waiting for the tariffs that are going to be imposed on semiconductors and electronic goods. Everyone's believing that there will be some relief there until production can shift to the U.S. That's what Trump ultimately wants. So we're seeing a little bit of a bid to the market right now, and know that the hour is late and that we're just looking for this bounce to exhaust itself, and then on a swing basis, we'll be shifting from selling those way out of the money short-term naked puts to actually buying puts. But I think we're about a week away from that. This is a holiday shortened week. So let's take a look at what the intraday action has been, and I'll give you the game plan. We'll go back 3 days here. So when you get an initial wimpy move, initially, every day, buyers and sellers are relatively paired off. They contest the movement. So if the market's moving higher, every little move higher is challenged. We see red candles. Eventually they're erased. When they're erased immediately, then we know that buyers have firm control. But in many instances, those red candles would hang around for a while. Same thing on the short side. So you get this gradual move lower and lots of red candles, but look at these green candles in here. They persist. We have a downward sloping channel here. Connect the highs, connect the lows. Eventually, we do get a breakdown and actually some nice red candles in here. So downward sloping channel. We have a bearish 1OP cross. This is a proprietary indicator in Option Stalker and Option Stalker Pro. This is your nice first move of the day. Try and bounce off of that low, and immediately a bearish engulfing candle and a new low of the day. That would be your first opportunity to get short. After that, the market really chops around. You get one big long green candle off of the low. Those are oftentimes head fakes, so you can't bite into that. So you watch this mixed overlapping bounce here, not really strong, and we get back to VWAP and get smacked down immediately with two long red candles. You can't buy that. This was a 120-point S&P move. So now we try and gradually recover again, and everything's starting to shape up here. We get through VWAP, and then blam, another two candles. These don't look like much, but those are 80-point S&P moves. So you had one little opportunity to day trade in here, and it was on this breakdown. And once you got that long green candle off the low, that's pretty much all you had for the day. Here's the next day. We'll take the trade signals off so you can see wimpy little move, lots of retracement. You've got to wait the first hour, hour and a half before you get any clear sense of direction, because again, buyers and sellers are battling it out early. Let them try to move the market one way or the other, and that contra move, that's where we're going to be finding our best opportunities. In this case, nice bounce off the low, higher low double bottom, got a little bit of a downward sloping trend line here, breached on that breakout above VWAP, test it, bullish hammer. Yeah, okay, I have a bullish 1OP cycle starting here. All right, this is enough for me to try some longs. So when you get these pullbacks, and let's say the initial move is lower, you're only focused on the long side and finding stocks that are really strong. And you want those stocks that while the market is ticking lower, you want those stocks to be treading water or moving higher, especially when you get a couple of long red candles like this. That tells you that the market's down, but that's your confirmation. The stock held its own. It is weathering that market move lower. And ultimately, when we get that market support, we know that that stock is the one that's going to be leading the charge higher. That stock gives us the cushion that we need. So as the market's pulling back, if that's the initial first move, you're looking on the long side and you're finding those best prospects. So we come in with a big gap up. Market can't get going. It challenges the high of the day and then a bearish engulfing candle. Small bearish cross right in here also. Would I trade this? Gosh, even here when it's taking out the low, it's still not looking all that compelling. We fill in the gap. So you could have taken a small short in here, and then as the market cannot move lower, bullish hammer, you're starting to see some support here. This is where you could start trying some longs. You know that the market has closed the gap and it's finding support every time they try and sell the market off. They can't. So in here, you can start trying some small long positions. You've got a bullish cross, but the move is not very strong. So this would be really your only and first opportunity here. And then the market does actually have some follow through. So you get a nice little trade in there. What do we got going today? Market tries the upside, hitting resistance at this same level from yesterday. Can't seem to get going higher. What I'd like to see is for it to struggle at yesterday's high. So complete this wimpy little grind higher and then show me a bearish engulfing candle off the high and show me that the market cannot go back and break through this horizontal resistance. If I see that, I'm going to be looking for excellent shorts. So as the market's grinding higher, I want to see that stock ticking lower. Then I know when the market rolls over, that short is going to drop even further. And that's going to be my best trading setup for the day. Again, keep in mind, buyers and sellers are active. So there's no reason to think that there's going to be a go-go gangbuster directional move one way or the other, caveat, without tariff news. So if we're muddling around, then you'll want to try and take advantage of that exhausted first move and trade that first reversal. So you're fading the initial move and you're looking for that reversal. That's where you're going to find your opportunity most of the time on days like this. And there's not a lot of news to drive the market. And we have a holiday shortened week. So that also should take some of the volatility out of the market. Sorry that I had to get this one out after the open. Had some audio issues. Please give this a thumbs up. Thank you so much for driving traffic to my YouTube channel, getting lots of good comments from you, and lots of new subscribers. And turn on your notifications. This is a really important message. I'm going to be doing a live event tomorrow with Harry. So watch for that. It'll be at noon Eastern time on the channel. There's a live event tab. Make sure you click it. And then ask us all the questions that you've got. We'll be happy to answer them. And chances are your questions are also questions that other traders have. Thanks so much. Trade well. fade that first initial move if it's wimpy. See you tomorrow.